The sun is setting behind rusted cars, broken machinery, and piles of forgotten items. The camera zooms in slowly on an old, scruffy-looking man named Alfie, who stands in the center, dusting his hands off after tinkering with a vintage radio. He mumbles to himself, 30 years in this dump, and no one even cares. Alfie is a 60-year-old eccentric who inherited this junkyard from his father, who inherited it from his father before him. It's filled with forgotten things and maybe something even more forgotten, time itself. Alfie stumbles across an antique clock hidden under a tarp, its face worn, hands stuck at 11:59. Curiosity takes over. He tries to wind it, but the moment his hand touches the dial, the entire junkyard seems to tremble. There's a brief flash of light, and suddenly, everything resets. He wakes up in his chair, the exact same morning as before. The exact same birds chirping. The exact same clouds moving across the sky. It's like the day has reset, but only Alfie realizes it. Alfie, confused, what, didn't I just finish fixing that radio? The radio, still broken. The clock, still stuck at 11:59. The only difference? There's a small note next to it in handwriting that isn't his. Wind me again if you dare. Over the next few days, or what feels like days to him, Alfie keeps getting stuck in the same 24 hours, with the clock resetting the world every time it strikes midnight. But he remains aware of each loop, growing more and more frustrated. At first, Alfie's terrified. Who's controlling this clock? Why is this happening? But soon, his fear turns to obsession. He starts experimenting, smashing the clock, throwing it away, trying to leave the junkyard. But nothing works. Every time he ends up back at 6 a.m. in the same chair with the same note. Win me again if you dare. Alfie meets himself. One loop, Alfie decides to ignore the clock entirely, determined to break the cycle. But when he steps outside the junkyard fence, something impossible happens. He sees another version of himself, younger and more energetic, working on a project with a smile. Alfie, watching himself, what the hell is this? Other Alfie doesn't seem to notice. He's too busy talking to someone. Alfie squints. Wait, is that his father? Father, you'll get there, son. This place isn't just junk. It's potential. Alfie realizes the truth. Alfie's memories flood back. This moment had happened years ago, when he was full of ambition, working on inventions with his dad before life got the better of him. But the junkyard was always more than just a place for broken things. His father had always hinted there was something special about it. Something beyond time. Alfie realizes the clock isn't just resetting time. It's showing him the past, forcing him to confront moments he had forgotten. The junkyard was a machine, a time trap built by his father to give him a second chance. Determined, Alfie wins the clock one last time, knowing that he's not just rewinding the day. This time he's going back further, to the moment when everything changed. Alfie, if I can go back, maybe I can fix it. The flash of light returns, and suddenly, he's a young man again, standing next to his father in the junkyard. His father smiles knowingly. Father, grinning, figured out, did ya? Alfie nods, the weight of his choices now clear. He remembers the joy he used to have working alongside his father, creating new things out of the old. Father, this place, son, it's not just a business. It's our life's work. It's where time and potential meet. You've got to decide whether you're going to let it all rust away or build something new. Alfie wakes up again, but this time it's different. He's back in the present, but everything has changed. The junkyard isn't a broken mess anymore. It's a thriving hub of creation. The clock now ticks normally on the wall. He looks around at the bustling workshop filled with young people working on inventions, just like he used to with his father. Alfie stands at the center, smiling. He finally understands that time isn't something to be feared or escaped. It's something to be used, to build, to create, to live. Alfie, smiling, I get it now, Dad. It was never about the clock. Conclusion. This story is about more than time travel. It's about using the past to shape the future. The junkyard symbolizes how the forgotten can be transformed, and Alfie's journey represents how people can reclaim their potential, no matter how lost it seems. Like, comment, and subscribe for more stories beyond the ordinary.